What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Homeboy checking in with you. Want to do a small video about Tua Tagovailoa. Of course, I think he started mini camps next week. What's upcoming week that's coming. I want to talk about 4 things about him that I've come to appreciate, and what I think about his possible NFL career, and how those four things will make him an elite quarterback for years to come. The first thing I'm going to talk about is his accuracy. Again, that's a trait that you can't teach it. It's something that either you have or you don't have it. Many quarterbacks train to get better in that field, but few have that pinpoint, decisive ability to put the ball where it's supposed to be at, when it's supposed to be there. From his high school days to his career at Alabama, up until his rookie campaign in Miami, he's shown that he can be an accurate passer of the football. Many times he's completed tight window throws that I don't think many QBs in the league would actually attempt, due to the fact that you have a higher chance of a turnover. So I think that trait alone will set him apart from his peers, and down the line it will make him even more of a deadly quarterback that many defenses won't want to face. The willpower that he has, the ability to read coverages and to put the ball exactly where it needs to be, is something that he has shown time and time again. Does he make his share of mistakes? Absolutely. And in some games, he even made turnovers that weren't counted because of a penalty or flag. But it was, rookie mistakes that he made. But other than that, throughout his 9-start campaign, he made some throws that were incredible. The 30-yard touchdown pass to Gronkowski over 3 Chief defenders is a prime example of how accurate he can actually be. Especially with the given fact that Thornhill, who was the safety, actually he undercut the pass, and Gronkowski still caught the ball. So that's one thing. Number 2 is his athleticism. Now, I know a lot of people say, he came up with a hip injury, which he did. It was actually career-threatening, but he still showed mobility. Arizona game, Chargers game, the Bills game, Cincinnati, even the Broncos game where he got annihilated, even against the Raiders, he still showed the ability to extend plays, get out of the pocket, make accurate throws, and the ability to shake off defenders. Even though he's not that of Lamar Jackson or Michael Vick or Patrick Mahomes or Aaron Rodgers, he still has his own unique way of getting out of pressures, getting out of easy sacks by the defense, and it's something that you really can't teach. It's either a gift that you have or you don't have it. He is a traditional pocket passer, but at the same time, he has the ability to make people miss within the pocket. He can extend to the left or to the right. He can step up or step back to give the play more time to develop. But all in all, if he has to scramble, he has the means to get there to get a first down. He showed it against Arizona more than once in that game. Against the Chargers, he showed the same thing. Like I said, against the Patriots, he ran 2 touchdowns in. One was actually off an interception that he threw from being in the goal line situation earlier, but he went back down the next, a drive or 2 later, and actually scored from maybe 10 yards out, all behind his ability to read the defense, see what blitz was coming, and make the right read, and he ran it in, and he actually shook a D lineman to get in the end zone. So his athleticism is something that, I think many people either sleep on, or they say that he doesn't, show enough pizzazz. To me, he does. You don't have to be flashy like Lamar or, throwing underhand passes like, Mahomes to be athletic. Tua has his own unique skill set of athleticism, which is good enough for me, and it's another reason why he will become an elite quarterback for years to come. Number 3 is pocket presence. Now, I know a lot of games, for the 9 games that he started, he did against the Raiders and the Broncos. He was sacked 6 times in both games. Some of those sacks he calls, other ones were blown up assignments by his line. Now, in the other 7 games that he didn't take as many sacks, his ability to move around the pocket, not escape the pocket, move around the pocket to give his linemen the best opportunity to hold their blocks, is something that, you know, he's been gifted with. He can actually, you know, see pressures, and he can make the right adjustments and the right decisions within the pocket to either throw the ball either in front, behind, back shoulder, whatever kind of pass he needs to make to the receiver. And he gives himself enough time in the pocket to make that decision. In some cases, he was rattled last season because of the hits he was taking, but overall, I thought he did a pretty good job of his pocket awareness, of knowing where to step up, knowing when to side step or step to the right, to the left, or whatever. I also thought he did a pretty good job in getting his coverages together. Even though he wasn't familiar with all the cadences of getting that done, I feel like he still, you know, did a pretty good job of putting his line in the best position to avoid sacks and avoid unnecessary, you know, losses. So overall, his pocket presence, it needs work, but I feel like he's came a long way, especially with where he was when he first stepped out on the field versus, you know, his last game in Buffalo, which, I mean, everybody can agree it was a total shit show. But, you know, he put up, you know, fairly decent numbers. Yeah, majority came in the second half after they had pretty much got blown out, but still, yards is yards, and he put them up. So I'm not gonna sit there and take it away from him. And the fourth thing I'm gonna speak on is his leadership. It goes without saying that the quarterback is the head of the snake, the engine that keeps the train running, and without Tua's leadership and intangibles, that team can only go but so far. So with that being said, I think his rookie year, he was trying to take over, but because of the built-up pressure by the media and the expectation that the team was under, he failed in certain aspects of that, but it wasn't all on him, because he also had a veteran journeyman quarterback who was the outspoken leader, who didn't say a lot, but he did a lot on the field, and he was a mentor to Tua in his, you know, in his tenure in Miami. And matter of fact, Fitz was the one that actually got Tua to build more confidence in himself, because he's more so worried about the small things. You know, the small things are important, but Tua was worried about, you know, his decision making, his pocket presence, and stuff like that. And prime example of that is when he scored against New England, and he came over the sideline and said, you know, my ball placement was bad. You know, do you think I should do better? And Fitz looked at him and said, you know, you scored. Who cares? Move on to the next play. Little tidbits like that will help Tua grow and be able to forget about all the small things he don't get correct all the time. So that's important for him as a quarterback in this league, to understand that you don't always have to get everything correct. Please don't tell me he's doing what I think he's doing. So those are my 4 tidbits on what I think is going to make Tua a great quarterback. If you like this video, like, comment, and subscribe. Just give me your tips on what you think his second year will look like, and if you're going to become an elite quarterback down the line. Peace.